Hello, everyone. One sec while I change the screen. Uh-oh, whoops. Lillian is just a black screen. There we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my talk show, What's Your Genesis? Today I have with me a very, very interesting and fun guest. Her name is Lillian, a lewd demon of misfortune. Would you like to give a little introduction about yourself?
I mean, you pretty much nailed it right on the head, but hello. My name is Lady Lillian Macabre, and I am, as mentioned, a demon of misfortune, come straight from hell not to necessarily spread said bad luck, but more to just share scary stories and, adult game reviews. That's all.
Adult game reviews. Oh man. Not gonna lie, there was a time I thought about doing that, but I'm like, I don't know about that one. I was like, well, I don't want to scare away the wholesome people. It's like, here's the thing, I like getting along with both wholesome people and lewd people, because I'm a bit of both. But I do know, if you lean too far in one direction, you scare the other party away. Like, if I'm too wholesome, all the lewd people are think I'm a boring individual and be like, he's too stuck up, he doesn't want to interact with us, And then, but if I'm too lewd, then all the wholesome people are gonna be like, I'm uncomfortable with him. So I'm trying to find that
Yeah.
nice balance in between.
It can be a bit of a balancing act, you're not wrong. But, I mean, the way that I see it is why not have fun with it at least, you know?
Hmm. Oh man, it'd be funny. Imagine going on the hub and you just see imagine if the hub had a YouTube Shorts feature or TikTok feature. And you could just scroll through, but and you just randomly stumble upon someone just reviewing this game. It's not even something lewd. It's just a very entertaining, just someone made a proper review, but really funny.
I mean, I've seen videos like that on the hub
I've
where
said,
people
yeah.
are like, I think that people have been trying to flock from YouTube to the hub for like a hot minute now. So I keep seeing like more wholesome content where I really don't think I would.
Yeah, yeah.
And it always throws me for a loop, I'm not gonna lie, but good for them, I guess.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, hey, it's up to them. I mean, I know for a while I was watching a YouTuber, Lost Pause. I still watch him every now and then. But when I remember, there was a time during the YouTube adpocalypse where YouTube just was tackling his channel, and he could not get any monetization, all that. And I think he was genuinely considering uploading some videos, I know people in his comments, so it could just be I was kept on seeing his comments on his videos and stuff about how they were like, you should just upload your content to the hub, just upload to the hub. They're like, we'd watch you there. It's like, but he's,
I've
he played a lot
seen
of
that.
Japanese visual novels and stuff, like Nekopara and all that. Nekopara, Soccer Spirit, and all that
There you
stuff.
go.
I mean, that's always an idea. I mean, hey, the most important thing is when it comes to making content, you don't need to follow a trend. You don't need to, adhere to what other people tell you to do. What's important is you're putting out what you want to, because let's be
Right.
honest, YouTube wasn't made to be a place for it's not a place made for entertainers necessarily. It was a place made for just sharing videos with the internet. Just a place
Yeah.
I just want to share this with people, That's why people posted cat videos. They're like, look how adorable my cat is. And then everyone was like, yes, your cat video is so adorable. And then that video has, probably now, 10 billion views because it's probably,
Right.
one of the earliest videos on YouTube. It's that's what YouTube was created for, was, just sharing what you want to share with the world. And I mean, I think that's a big part of why early VTubers blew up, is because a lot of people wanted to watch people who just wanted to share their experiences.
Yeah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I honestly, hearing you talk about like the early days of YouTube, I miss those days so much, dude.
Oh, I do too, because it's people didn't have to censor themselves as much. They uploaded more if they wanted to. There wasn't a lot of
Yeah,
clones. You didn't.
yeah,
You also didn't see a lot of there was no bots back then.
yeah. And also no mega corporations either. Like it was still
Mm-hmm.
very human feeling.
Very much as a human site. Here's the sad truth though. Out of anything, here's the thing. Twitch, like, you know, is a big platform, sure, but it will never top the relevancy of YouTube. I'm pretty sure more users are actively on YouTube than any other platform on the internet. I would not be surprised if that's the case. Maybe Google itself, you know, being on Google, I bet there's a ton of people there.
I mean,
it's a search engine.
Google still runs YouTube.
Exactly. But it's like, YouTube is the top dog, and I don't think that will ever change. People have tried to, you know, make new sites. I mean, it's the same with Twitch. People are trying, you know, I mean, look what happened to frickin', what is it, Mixer? Mixer, you know, did not last long. But I think their big issue was paying too much money to Ninja, and then going bankrupt. But yeah, no, it's like, here's the thing. It doesn't matter where, like, yeah, people will go watch the person on a different platform if they like them, but a lot of people go to certain platforms just because they like the platforms. That's why Twitch is typically viewed as the most successful streaming platform. It's because that's just where everyone associates with streaming and what people like to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't mean that people aren't going to watch YouTube live streams. I mean, look at Ludwig and HoloLive and Iji Sanji. All of those... Or, like, you know, and also, like, I'm pretty sure, like, if Markiplier did streams on YouTube, he'd probably still get a ton of views, too.
Oh, he does. He does still stream on YouTube every now and again. Like, little just one-shot games that'll be done in, like, 3-4 hours max.
I think he also did it for, like, well, one of the FNAF games. I can't remember which, though.
Oh, yeah, he did also do that.
I think for Security Breach.
Yeah, I think so. But, he does still get, like, all the views, of course, because he's Markiplier.
Yeah.
He's one of the big names on YouTube who's not going to tune into that.
Exactly.
And it's sort of like... And you also have to think about it this way of each platform has their own unique audiences, too. Like, if I have a YouTube audience, I can guarantee you less than half of them are going to also be, like, my Twitch audience, for example.
Exactly. Also, I'm going to test something real quick. I want to see if I press this button. Oh, wow. It works. Okay. I also have a button on my Stream Deck now. If I press it, it'll automatically post a message to my YouTube chat, and it will say timestamp. So that way I can go and easily track down moments I'm like, okay, I need to make that YouTube short or something. I just want to see if that works. Well, yeah.
Now we know.
That's awesome. I'm so glad that works. Oh, wait. Are some of these not working? Because I'm trying to check and see how... Okay, no, these are. They just aren't labeled for some reason right now. I'm just making sure that my buttons for my my emotes work now. Let's turn this one on, because I like having this one on. But yeah, no, frickin' old YouTube... I mean, here's the thing about YouTube, is... I think YouTube as a platform is just the best place for any creator to start, because here's the thing. Twitch, it is so hard to get noticed on Twitch.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah, with Twitch, it's like you can be someone who's streaming for years, but the issue is the only way to get noticed, and the thing is, people have gotten banned on Twitch for this. You have to pull your audience in from other platforms. I mean, look at, like, a great example of someone getting banned was Pyrocynical. He was told by Twitch he was banned because a majority of his audience was coming from a different platform. Dude primarily made content on YouTube. Of course they're gonna come from a YouTube rather than Twitch. It's like, here's the thing about Twitch. You can't, it's some people say, oh, I'm doing that, I'm pulling it off. Growing organically on Twitch is next to near impossible, because there's so many people streaming on that platform, and people aren't gonna, and here's the thing, there's no good way to advertise yourself on Twitch, because all you can really do, all you could do is change the title, and that's about it.
Yeah, but there's not really a whole lot of options with Twitch, I've noticed. Not like there are with YouTube, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, with YouTube you got thumbnails, and you know, with YouTube Shorts, it's a great way to like get the attention of people who otherwise wouldn't see your channel.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different ways to get noticed on YouTube rather than Twitch.
Yeah, I think that's why YouTube is my comfort platform.
Yeah. And here's the thing, I mainly, like, if I'm gonna I don't really find time to watch live streams live, so it's always nice when I can find a VOD, and it's even nicer when the VOD is the same as this stream. So it's like if I
Yeah.
was watching a stream and I'm like, where was I? Oh, I just have to go and click on this video that I added to my watch
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's a really nice feature, honestly. Um, although I will say I do like that YouTube automatically uploads the VODs of streams less than 12 hours. That's nice.
Yeah, yeah. It is nice. Uh, when it comes, it's very nice when it comes also with YouTube streaming on here. I mean, it just immediately becomes a VOD the moment you stop streaming,
Exactly, yeah.
which is very nice. Whereas with Twitch, you know, that like they delete VODs too, which I've always hated that. Some people are like, I don't mind old moments getting deleted. I'm like, why? Those are like memories that people could go back and watch at any time.
Exactly. Like, what if you wanted to go back and rewatch some of that old VOD at least, just to see like how you started off, for example.
Yep,
Like,
exactly.
say you wanted to watch that like 5 years in the future. Like, how are you going to do that if it's automatically being deleted?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. No, I totally agree. I'm gonna drink another thing of water. Oh my god. I think I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning, but yeah, I'm still sick, so pardon my voice if I sound like crap, everybody. Oh my
I
god.
mean, as long as you're taking care of yourself outside of this, like, I'm just saying.
I'm trying. And I also, like, that's why a big thing I'm trying to do to take care of myself is I'm trying to take my hands off the wheel of editing. I'm gonna take my hands off because it takes me too long. I'm too nitpicky. I'm a bit OCD about editing. I spend way too much time, and I also burn myself out easily. So I'd rather
Yeah.
leave it to people whose skill sets lie more in editing and who enjoy it more. Um, and also I find something I have noticed when I was editing is I did enjoy editing other people's content more. So I feel like that's probably the same for the editors who've edited for me. They probably enjoy editing my content more than I probably enjoy editing my own content.
Right.
So that's gonna be nice. It also is gonna give me a lot more time to plan for a lot of events I plan. Like I really wanted to bring some game shows to the forefront of my content. I also want to try bringing a VTuber improv because I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think that'd be very interesting. And also, you know, I want to also host tournaments again because I did that for a while, but I want to like bring some back. And I'm not gonna do the thing that everyone seems to do because everyone always seems to pick freaking Fall Guys for big VTuber collabs and
Yeah,
stuff.
I've been getting kind of burnt out on that personally.
Yeah, it's like so many people are playing the Fall Guys, and there's so many better games you could play. And I'm also trying to make sure I find a game that like you know does like people who have played it before don't have like a big advantage over people who haven't played it before.
Right.
Because like I was thinking about having a game that I love playing called Shell Shock Live be a tournament, but the only issue with that is a lot of people like myself, I'm like level 79 in the game, so I have
Hmm.
most of the weapons unlocked, but people who are just starting out will not have like you get a weapon
Yeah.
every level, so they're gonna and there's also weapons you get from achievements and going through the single player storyline, and so it's like there's a lot there that people wouldn't have, so there'd be a lot more advantages. But there's a lot I could do to make things interesting. Like I could like host a played up tournament where I have people each in their own lobbies, and then they all stream as a team, and I have teams of eliminations, and whoever lasts the longest, you know, wins.
Right.
There's a lot of fun I want to do. I mean, there's always the idea of setting up a battle royale style tournament, but the thing about a battle royale is I don't know how I would spectate that very easily.
I mean, yeah, that's a good point actually, because I feel like you'd have to be able to do like a split screen kind of situation.
I mean, I've done that before by having multiple streams open, so I could do that, I guess. But there's a lot there. I don't know. It's like I just my big thing is I want to try and get more and more people involved in the stuff I want to do because I'm really like I love making single player content. I like playing things by myself, but I also really love hanging out with my friends, and I have a lot of
Mhm.
friends, and
Yeah, you do.
and it's like I want to make sure you know I have a ton of people that I can hang out with, so I want to find some big event I could do, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
one thing I've thought about doing is I could force like 50 people to play golf it together and lose their
Oh
minds,
Jesus.
but that'd be very chaotic. It's like, here's the thing: I
Very
like
chaotic.
chaos, but I prefer the idea about having like teams. I really like the idea of that way
Yeah.
people can group up and do their things together.
Yeah, I feel like also that's more entertaining to watch as like a viewer is like seeing people like branch off into different teams, like seeing who's going to team up with who and all that. I feel like that's just a little bit more entertaining. Just a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I totally get that. Totally get that. And I definitely agree with that. Well, I'm kind of curious. So, what got you into VTubing and content creation?
So it's honestly been a very long time coming. I first knew that I wanted to kind of exploit the adult game reviews kind of niche with the VTubing community because like who doesn't want to see a cute anime girl talking about lewd games? Hello. So I already knew that I wanted to do that right off the bat, and that was like, oh gosh, 4 years ago now. And I have only just started actually VTubing properly. Yeah, no, this has been a long time cooking.
A long time cooking.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But
Did anybody inspire
along the
you?
way, at some point, I wanted to talk about like scary stories and all, so I decided to start Phantasmic, which, by the way, is debuting its season 2 premiere tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cough, cough.
Hey, that's cool. Very nice. That's like your own like talk show or whatever, right? Or is it more like what is it exactly?
So I call it a podcast, but it's literally just me bringing to light like little random scary things that I find online, and I'm fascinated by scary spooky stories like for example, uh since how I can sort of discuss tonight's episode. I did discuss like a bunch of Eastern uh horror kind of stuff like the Kuchisake Kuchisake Onna. Jesus, I am struggling with that name already. But I talked about that for an example, which translates roughly to slit-mouthed woman. And if she approaches you in the street, you're pretty much dead no matter what.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Talk about all the scary stories. That'll be interesting.
yeah. But there is a way to at least distract her and possibly get away. So I'm not gonna spoil how. You'll have to watch the episode to figure that part out.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Oh man. Oh boy, oh boy. That mean it's gonna be interesting, seeing that, and seeing scary stories. Because scary stories are something that people really like. I mean, it's like how people are obsessed with like like morbid and like
Yeah,
creepy stuff.
with the macabre, if you will.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, saying that makes me think of the podcast. Freaking, what is it? There's a podcast from Rooster Teeth that just made me think that, like, they talk about the macabre, mysterious, or whatever they call it. Whatever it is. Hold on. I wonder if I can find it. Let me see.
Yes,
Podcast it
I haven't
shows.
heard of that one actually.
30 morbid minutes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, they talked about sleep paralysis demons on one episode, which was really interesting to listen to.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting.
Hmm. I might have to do a episode on sleep paralysis demons now. Hmm.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Oh man, the macabre. If you... oh
But yeah,
man.
no. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, right. I do have little hidden goals that will eventually be revealed. But for an example, I have 100 YouTube subscribers. That's a little goal that I have finally revealed because I'm close enough to revealing it. And those
Nice.
little goals actually will kind of let y'all see new sides of me, like new models, new tattoos, stuff like that.
Oh,
For example,
interesting,
the
interesting.
reward for 100 YouTube subscribers is I get to reveal all my current tattoos, which I have 3.
Oh, nice. Very interesting. That'll be interesting. I mean, like, 100 subscribers, that's a pretty good goal. It's a nice goal to start
Mhm.
out with.
Mhm.
I definitely seen you've been streaming on YouTube too.
I have. Like I said, YouTube is definitely my comfort platform. I don't think I'm ever gonna leave YouTube,
Have you ever
but
used Twitch or nah?
I have not. I'm a little bit put off to I'm gonna be honest.
By what? I'm curious.
um Literally it's just something that I have not personally looked into, and I really should. I just keep putting it off. I don't know why the idea of it just gets to me.
Oh man. You know,
It's just a brand new experience that I'm like, okay, what all can go wrong? That kind of thing.
I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair. I mean, I think more so when it comes to like Twitch. I think it's like again, it should what should be more important to you is the features or like how it will let you make the content you want to make. Because like again,
Yeah,
YouTube is more about it's about sharing experiences and putting out content that you want to share with others.
yeah,
And I mean, and not just YouTube, but Twitch too. Streaming is a thing where it's like you're sharing your experience with others. It's a live experience. Some people, like prefer Twitch because there's a lot more audience interaction tools on there. There's like channel
yeah. That
points.
that is something that I was looking into was like the interactivity, because I do think that that's something that YouTube streaming definitely misses out on for
Yeah, it's
sure.
severely lacking in. I mean, super
But
chats are kind
like,
of nice.
yeah, but it's not the same level of interaction,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
it's not. It's not at all because again, there's no like sound alert features or anything like
Yeah,
that. Like
you can't make as many like personal jokes with your own community, I don't think.
Yeah, no. I think streaming on YouTube is more for a relaxing experience, whereas
Oh
streaming on Twitch is more for an interactive experience.
yeah, I definitely agree with that. Based on my very limited time on both. uh, but I do want to start streaming on Twitch. Don't get me wrong. I just want to build up more of a foundation here on YouTube, I think.
That's very fair. I totally get that. I mean, there's a lot of tools to take advantage of. YouTube
Yeah.
Shorts, uploading videos. There's a community tab,
Hmm.
and then of course live streaming. There's a lot you can do on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
A lot of different ways to bring people to your channel, which is very nice. That's all on one platform, and many different ways to bring them to one specific location. Whereas with Twitch and other platforms, you kind of have to like redirect them to Twitch or to Kick or to wherever
Yeah.
you're streaming,
Yeah, exactly.
which is a bit of a disadvantage there.
Yeah.
Oh man. So I'm very curious though. So breaking the character and all that. What made you decide to go with the demon of misfortune as your OC?
Um, Honestly, I just happen to have a string of bad luck that follows me around throughout my entire life. And I was like, you know what? What if I just play around with that? How can I turn this into a positive for me? And then I was like, well, if I get into VTubing
Man,
and if I make
sounded
it
more like
big.
Quizzy than I thought. Because he's like the same way. He's like, man, misfortune follows me everywhere. You know what? What if because at first he's just, God poverty, and then he just attacked on misfortune because he's
Mhm.
like, I'm very misfortunate. I bring misfortune everywhere with me. It's just very fitting.
Yeah, no, I am embracing the misfortune at this point in my life.
Oh boy. Oh
And
man.
honestly, it's proving to be very chaotic, but it's very fun at the same time.
I totally get it. I totally get it. It's like embracing moments in your life. Like right now, it's like like a great. I mean, you just embracing what happens to your life is very important. Like, there are a lot of people out there who were probably like me many years ago, like a year or two ago, where I was very desperate for a relationship again because
Mhm.
I've only been in a few, but now I've been in so many. Now I'm at a point where it's like I'm kind of happy where I am. I'm just embracing the fact that I'm single, and I'm just gonna wait for the right person to come along before I worry about dating anybody.
There you go. That's how it should be. Yeah, no. I mean, I'm sure you've heard this so many times, but like it really does happen whenever you least expect it. So like
Oh
I'm really
yeah.
proud of you. This is a huge step.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, I'm just at a point where I just want to let what happens because
Exactly, yeah.
I
Just
tend to
go with the flow.
I tend to rush into relationships, and because of that, like I rush into it to see both, the good and the bad, because I like to see the red flags. But the issue is a
Yeah,
lot of
but
relationships you don't see them till later.
exactly. Like you're looking at them through rose-tinted glasses. The first however long you know them.
Yeah.
Those red flags just look like normal flags with rose-tinted glasses.
It's why I'm at the point now where I'm just gonna wait, well, till I find someone who, is a lot more put together and, isn't
Yeah.
especially because the thing is I've been in relationships with a lot of pessimists, and
Hmm.
I think I need to wait till I find an optimist to be in a
Yeah.
relationship again.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Definitely can really change you. I'll put it that way.
It definitely can. Oh man. I know, like, it's funny because I remember. So you're like lore wise, you're single, but
Yeah.
IRL, you're in a relationship.
Yes, happily married IRL. Very supportive husband.
That's so awesome.
Fun fact, he was also supposed to be in on this whole VTubing thing, but he kept dragging his feet. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just do it by myself.
Oh man, you could have made a couples channel.
We could have, but he just all the work went to me anyway. So I said, fuck it.
That's one thing that I really love about the new Hololive generation. With the new with Fuwawa and Makoko,
Oh
or
yeah, I love them. They're so cute.
they are the cutest, and they like the fact that they're a duo on one channel works so well.
It really does. Like
It's
they play off of each
ah,
other so like I love them.
it literally it makes me wish that that Quizzy was my roommate even more than I already do, because I feel like me and him would have a very funny dynamic if we ran a channel together. Just me and him constantly bickering and bantering with each other.
Right.
It's like I've always loved that, like those kind of like channels where it's like a group and they have a good
Yeah.
dynamic.
Yeah.
Like one that comes to mind that, yeah, I used to watch all the time was a channel called Venturian Tale.
Oh, okay.
Not a lot of people know that name, but they were a group. I believe they were siblings. I don't know if it was like they were IRL siblings or they just called themselves siblings, but there were four people who ran a channel together. I think that they
Mhm.
split off because of some drama that happened behind the scenes. I don't know fully what happened. I tried reading up on it and I got very confused very quickly because I didn't understand what
Right.
I was reading. But it's like Venturian Tale, Yogscast, just I've grown up on YouTube and I love groups. I always
Yeah.
loved seeing groups of people who make, because the thing is, if we're gonna be honest, when it comes to content creation, it's easy to be more successful as a group because that's
Oh,
more eyes being
absolutely. Yeah.
seen.
Like it's a lot easier, I think, for groups, especially mainly because it's a lot more opportunity for jokes to fly. It's a lot more opportunity for different personalities to clash. It's a lot more opportunity for just a whole range of different entertainment value,
Yeah,
you know?
definitely. I mean, like when it comes to playing games, I don't mess around when I'm by myself very often,
Yeah,
unless like I'm just like in the right mood. But
exactly. Yeah.
when I'm with friends, I'll do, like, if I'm playing a single player game and they're watching me, I tend to do more risky stuff or have a bit more fun with it. Like,
Yeah.
during my Shadows of Doubt stream I did a while ago, like, freaking was just running around throwing barrels at people, which was
Yeah,
hilarious to
like
me.
the devil's on your shoulder, yeah.
And I was just like, I was doing it because I was loving the reaction I was getting from people in the calls, just hearing them, like, just hearing all my friends laugh their freaking ass off. But uh,
Exactly.
it's just like, I think that's
Okay.
one thing, like, having people to play off of really, it brings out the best in you, I feel like. And it's like one of those things that some people like need to know their skill sets. And I definitely know. That's why I wish I could make more like. There's a lot more content I wish I could make with other people, but it's like I don't know how to incorporate them into some of the like single player games I want to play, because it's like
Right.
I'll play them and I'm like, I don't know how I would incorporate them, and I feel like, I don't know. It's hard to pick games that are good for content and games you just want to play to play.
Yeah. I feel that. Because like I was going through all of my games, I was like, I really don't have a whole lot of multiplayer games. This is a problem.
It's like there are games I've streamed and just like I've had nobody watch, but of course I'm having a blast playing them, but nobody wants to watch. Like XCOM is a great example. I love the XCOM series, but no
Mm,
one wants to watch
gotcha.
somebody play XCOM. Um, Whereas, what I could do, I have thought about doing this. If I was to do XCOM, because XCOM 2 has a lot of it's a huge modding community, and I did this thing for a long while where I was turning VTubers and XCOM characters. What I could always do is I could make I could do a playthrough. I could just record this instead of stream it. I could record a
Yeah.
playthrough of XCOM, but I could do one of those, like, have you ever seen like the narrations people do, like when they beat a Nuzlocke on Pokemon, or like, and they just tell the whole story, but they sum it up into like a 30-40 minute video.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like you'll watch like Pokemon challenges, or you'll watch like Slimecicle or somebody, and they'll just tell a story, but
Yeah, 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 yeah.
like you're like, On day one, we did this and this, and then we found the god of yada yada yada." It's like those stories, and then like I feel like I'd want to do that with XCOM, but maybe throw in jokes and like be like, and because I have, VTubers be my characters, I could have people do voice acting, like give me funny
Yeah, there you go.
one-liners and
Yeah.
sprinkle them throughout the video. Be like, Quizzy got like, sadly Quizzy got shot by an alien, and then you could hear him just go, "You bitch," and then like in the background as I'm narrating. So it's just like have all these VTubers talk in the background, doing their own
I think
voice
that'd be
lines.
really cool, actually.
It could be really funny, yeah. And I could always like, if only I knew a modder, because if I could find a modder for that game, that and then like, and mod in voice lines, just get all my friends to record voice lines of their own character. That also
Yeah.
could be fun. I don't know. It's like there's a lot I want to do. I'm a very ambitious person, but it's also, it comes down to is like they're just games I enjoy playing.
Yeah. I mean, the way that I've been trying to treat this content creation thing, and I've always been like this, honestly, but everything that I do for myself, I will put out something strictly that I would consider for the fans. So for example, honestly, Phantasmic, that is strictly for me. That is 100% a me project that I'm doing for myself because I just love scary stories.
Yeah,
Uh, my debauchery diary, however, I know that sex sells, therefore that is for the fans.
only for the fans, if you will. Oh
Hey, but
man. But but yeah, no, freaking, I totally get that. It's like this talk show to me is definitely more for me. I know, like, there are times where these episodes don't get views, but to me,
yeah,
I don't care too much about that, because I use it as an excuse to be able to meet new people or get to know people better, or just sit down and just have a conversation with somebody I haven't had in a while.
exactly. Like this is just like two friends catching up.
Exactly, exactly. And I really enjoy that. And then, there are other things, like the only time I'll ever play horror games is for content, because I don't like
Yeah,
playing them. I don't like getting scared, but I know people like watching me get scared, so that's why
no,
sometimes I'll stream those.
that's a big mood because like honestly, I'm just really bad at video games in general. Like I will occasionally get lucky and I'll pull off a maneuver once, and then I will never be able to replicate it ever again.
Oh man, I totally get that. It's like I
Um,
enjoy video games, but I don't like competitive games. Like I don't like
oh,
being competitive at competitive games either.
that's fair. I
Like
have noticed that it takes a certain person to actually be able to play competitive
it's why I don't,
without actually.
yeah, without actually doing it. Yeah, it's why I don't like playing CS:GO or Rainbow Six Siege, is because like, or I don't like playing them for the competitive nature. I just like want to play them for fun, which is why I did have an idea to have, you know, two teams of streamers or VTubers go against each other in Rainbow Six,
Okay, yeah,
which always
I
could
can
be
see that.
fun, and like see like actual or like play. Like the best thing to me is I want to find more ways to play with friends, more things to do with friends. I will say it's
Mhm.
hard because, you know, there's only so many days in the week, and so trying to find out what I want to play throughout that week, it's like I'll try and write out a schedule, and when I actually stick to it, it's like okay, I want to play these single player games and these maybe have these multiplayer games. It's
Right.
it's really hard to fit in because you only have 7 days in the week, and there's probably well over 1 million games in the world by now.
Probably. Like, actually, probably.
And there's a lot I'm sitting there and I'm like, I would want to stream this with friends or I want to stream this with friends. It's like, what do I freaking do?
Right.
Oh,
Ah,
man.
man.
And there's only so much time in the day, too, to do stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately. Like, I really wish that I had more time in the day.
I definitely
I
agree with
would
that.
stream so much more often if I had just a little bit more time in the day.
Same here. Same here. I'd stream a lot more. I really would if I had more time in the day. Like, if there's like 8 more hours in the day, oh hell yeah, I'd be able to do a lot
Oh,
more.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Those 8 hours, I could just go straight for streaming with that.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Oh man, I'm very curious, by the way, because earlier you mentioned, you did do a bunch of reviews on, lewd games and all that.
Yeah.
I'm very curious. So, which ones are your favorites?
Um, okay, so I have to give a little shout out to Project Cappuccino. I am kind of contractually obligated to give them a shout out at this point in time, but that game was the one that kind of really got me into adult gaming. So I'm gonna give it a shout out no matter what. But if you like Succubi, then you will absolutely love this little visual novel adventure. Basically, you take over a little cafe, a maid cafe, and you get to unravel the mysteries. And along the way, you get to meet some very gorgeous women, very beautifully drawn by Doku.
That's awesome. Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, I
So,
remember when I first met you, you were telling me about that too.
yes. Like I said, it is the game that really got me into adult gaming because it was just I really liked the way that they had the storyline because it had an actual substantial story to it. It wasn't just, oh hey, here's some porn.
Those games are pretty nice. Yeah, I totally get that. They are some that just like have really good stories, and some that you
Yeah.
know just have really good art, or some that have
Yeah.
real good fun gameplay mechanics. Like I
Yeah.
won't lie, I recently stumbled on quite a couple that I was just like throughout this year I've just gotten like sat down and I just like played the whole game in like a single sitting, or like for the most
Mhm.
part, because I'm like, oh man, the gameplay is actually a lot of fun. So like
Yeah.
one that comes to mind is a game called Demon Speakeasy, which
Oh, okay.
that one is an interesting one. I like that one because he plays a bartender and it's actually kind of fun trying to mix and match the drinks.
Okay. That does sound pretty fun, actually.
Yeah, trying to make sure you match the drinks. There was also another really good one called Take Me to the Dungeon, which that one
Big
has
as
a
hell, but
really really good game. It has a really it's like a, so it, what is it called? It's a dungeon crawl game, Like but what's the word? It kind of, I don't know if roguelike's the right word, because it's not like your typical roguelike. It's a card-based game, so you have cards and you have like certain cards you can use. You have like a amount of souls that you need to have to play the cards. It's pretty fun.
Okay. Hmm. Interesting.
Uh
I will definitely look into those because now I'm curious.
like I said, the thing is, I may try to portray myself as a wholesome person for the most part, but I'm very much a lewd person. It's just I don't want to scare away all the wholesome people, because like I enjoy both people. It's like I enjoy being around people and having a good time.
Yeah.
And you gotta know
And
how
I
to
think that
adapt to being around
is
people.
how you handle your talk shows, especially. I'm just saying.
Say what?
I think it's also that part is very obvious with how you handle yourself in your talk shows. I'm just saying.
Really? Oh, why do
Like
you say
you're
that?
very laid back, very easy.
Very easy to talk to.
Yeah.
I try to be. I try to be, because I just like I want people to feel welcome and feel like they can talk about whatever they want to here.
But if I may go back a little bit, because you did ask for like suggestions, plural.
Yeah.
um, I have found that a really good like in between for like normal gamers that might be looking into getting into the adult game scene. I would recommend Future Fragments. It's got a lot of a lot of different elements from a lot of different games that you will be able to pick up on right away if you like those games. For example, Mega Man. There are a lot of Mega Man kind of influences in this game, but it's very fun, very rewarding with the scenes, if I may say. And yeah, I highly recommend Future Fragments. They are almost complete with the game, fucking finally, but
Oh man. That almost didn't fucking around with the game. Why, is it still in early access or something?
so it has been in uh basically a bit of a limbo for a while
Oh boy.
because it is just had so much work that had to be done on like the back end. But they only have like one or two scenes left in each of the worlds, so they're almost done. They are looking at releasing either at the end of this year or sometime in the summer of next year, I believe. Don't quote me on that because they keep changing that.
They keep changing it. Oh boy.
Ow, ow, sorry, I just bumped into my desk. That hurt a lot. Ow.
No problem. I hope you're all right.
Hey.
Oh man. Let's see. I was trying to make sure. Okay, yeah, we're good. But yeah, no, freaking. But like, honestly, there's a lot out there. A lot of fun, raunchy games you can play.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like the only thing is, like, those are games I definitely wouldn't share with other people. Like me personally. I mean, it could be fun to review
Spread the
them.
love. I'm just here to spread the love.
Yeah, yeah. Those are just games I'm like, I definitely wouldn't do a playthrough of this.
Now, if I ever do a playthrough of those are definitely going up on the hub.
Definitely. Yeah. Oh man. Uh I don't know. It's always kind of fun finding out, like, talking about, the lewd side of people, openly, and not being afraid to talk about it.
I don't think that it is something that should be shied away from as much as it is, quite frankly.
Mhm.
It's a part of, human experience.
Yeah. Totally, totally. Man, it's one of those things that's just kind of it's nice to be open about. It just is like feels good to be open about it.
So yeah.
Oh man. I know that it also, but I know it's kind of like going to completely change topic, but it just came to mind. It's been a while. I've been trying to get you on the talk show, and I know, like, you said you wanted to get situated with VTubing first, and yeah, and, excuse me, and a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I I appreciate you giving me the time to do all that, by the way. I do want to preface everything with that.
No problem.
But no, it was definitely something that I really just plunged headfirst in, I'm not gonna lie. And I am finally figuring out how to swim, so I feel confident enough to actually do something live
Yep.
with another person. Like that for me just 2 months ago would have been a huge ask.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I do know it took a while for like the first YouTubers to stream together. It was like a group. Like I think like like when PewDiePie played with like Markiplier or Jacksepticeye, when any of them play together was like a monumental thing.
Yeah.
It's like
I remember those days actually. It was like,
yeah.
"Oh my god, they finally did it. They finally did it."
Yeah, because the thing is that it's one thing I will say about VTubers. I've said this so many times on my talk show. What I love about VTubing is the fact that it popularized collabs and and networking more. It made it much more
Mhm.
mainstream and people do it way
Yeah.
more. Because I feel like before VTubers came along, when I was just a regular streamer, it felt like climbing a mountain whenever you wanted to reach out and make content with somebody.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Now it's a matter of just like interacting with somebody on Twitter and be like, hey, I'd love to do this with you sometime.
Yeah, I feel like it is just the more I hate to say this. God, I recognize how this is probably gonna sound, but it's just definitely the modern age way of doing things, I think.
Yeah,
Especially
no.
like online. I mean,
I mean, it's one of the best ways to grow, and it's just fun making content with other people. And
yeah,
I mean, I will say,
yeah.
besides the VTubing, the game that there's actually a game I didn't think that also brought a lot of people together that never would have met each other. And I would have said Minecraft, but I mean that one has brought a lot of people. But no, Among Us. Among Us
Yeah,
made a
actually.
lot of people meet each other. Like I think
Yeah.
that's how like
And I
Sykkuno blew up. That's how
yeah.
freaking Corpse blew up. That's how a lot of people blew up is through freaking Among Us. Because it's funny that game went unnoticed for like 2 years, and then 2020 came along, and it was like, oh, Among Us is a game. Oh, and then everyone played it.
Right. Yeah, I remember that actually. Ah, goodness. I I don't have confirmation of this because I for some reason can't ever get him to respond to me because like I think there's a very slight possibility that back in my VR chat days, I actually knew Corpse and would regularly drink with him.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there's a very small chance, but like
Interesting.
I have like a very small friend group that I still talk to from those days, and they're like, "Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that was Corpse. Pretty sure." We're all just like,
Oh man.
"Can't get him to respond to us, so we will never know for sure. We just have the inkling of suspicion."
Oh boy. Oh boy. Uh, it's one of those things I honestly miss. Like, here's what sucks. I miss VR chat. When I was on it, it was probably the game that resulted in the most clips and the most fun. I will say the thing that sucks is my sinuses have gotten worse over the years. Like, and back in
Oh,
2020, I was fine. I was able to like be in VR for hours on end, but now it's like I feel so stuffed up. Being in VR just gives me
yeah,
headaches, and also my room is very small, so I don't have a big play space. And setting up
yeah,
freaking full body tracking is a bit of a nightmare.
yeah. Don't get me started.
Yeah, I freaking I have all the trackers and stuff for it, but I don't see myself getting back in VR chat anytime soon. But I would love to have another game like it where it doesn't have to be. Well, the thing is, it'd be hard because I
Yeah,
honestly VR chat was great for what it was, but now it's just if I'll be honest, it's become a place where it's mainly filled with people Like there's a maybe not mainly, but there's a vastly large amount of people now who are just on there to do raunchy things in the game.
Yeah, I at some point during the pandemic, it definitely took a turn for that. I'm not gonna lie. That's really what turned me off from VR chat personally was it stopped being fun at a certain point. You
Honestly,
know?
yeah, and no, I totally get it because honestly, here when I got VR chat, I used to get on just to have fun with friends, and I will won't.
Exactly.
And but then part of me, seeing everyone start using these models to try and get arousal out of people, or they start using these really
Yeah.
sexual models. Of course, yeah, it's gonna get a physical response out of me, but also mentally, it was like, I don't want to, I guess a great, just to sum it up, I don't want to be horny when I'm trying to make content,
Yeah.
or I don't want to
Yeah.
be horny when I'm just hanging out with friends.
Yeah. I 100% get that. Like I on one hand I get the appeal of wanting to look at that like constantly. I get it. On the other hand, I also get that's not healthy.
Yeah, lust is a sin for a reason.
Exactly. Like
So here's like you can have fun with it, but it very easily can turn to obsession, and some people
yeah.
are definitely obsessed with that. It's like, it just you gotta know when to, just not. I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. No, you got to learn that there's a time and a place for literally everything and sometimes you have to put those limitations in place yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh man, no, I totally agree. It's like I do miss those days. It's like if there's one thing I enjoyed about VR chat was getting on and just the clips you could get from VR chat,
Oh
and also
yeah,
VR
absolutely.
Funny when VR Funny made VR chat clip compilations was amazing. Being able to get into VR chat clip compilations was amazing.
Oh yeah, and I loved whenever VR chat like it wasn't so exclusionary for desktop users. Like that's the best way that I can put it honestly is like once you play VR chat actually in VR, you can't go back to playing on desktop. You just can't.
No, both because it feels weirder, and also because other people tend to interact with you differently when you're in desktop.
Yeah, yeah, you get a whole different range of reactions from people if you're on desktop, I've noticed, and it not necessarily positive.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, definitely. And also, I don't know. It's more fun being able to move around, but at the same time, it's I don't know. It was fun for what it was. I look back on it fondly. I just wish I could have done more with it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Or that I
yeah.
could have kept the moments. I mean, even Quizzy, who I met through VR chat, is like he just keeps saying he doesn't want to go back. He's like he
I mean, I'm
would.
kind of with Frizzy, like, I those were my hoe days, I don't wanna go back to that right now.
Oh man, your hoe
Although,
days, huh?
if I may, break down the character for a little bit, that is actually how I met my husband is through VR chat.
Which is awesome. That's so cool. Did he end up moving in together?
We did end up moving in together. I was the one that moved in with him because he lived in the state that I was planning to move to anyways, so it wound up being a win-win for me.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh man. Uh yeah, no, you meet some really awesome people in VR chat. Like Quizzy is one of the people I'm really glad I met. I met my bud's Chronic. I've met my friend Jordan. There's a lot. The list just goes on and on of people I've met. There's a
Yeah.
lot of cool people, and VR chat can still be fun. The only issue with it is it's more like the fun that comes out of VR chat is from the people you hang out with. But the thing is, you don't
Yeah.
have to limit that to VR chat. You can take those people you meet there and do other things.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I remember usually whenever I hop on VR chat because it's such a rarity, uh, and like I'll have friends join off of me and they're like, no, no, she's hardly ever on. Trust me, you want to add her on Discord, just add her on Discord.
Yeah, I know exactly. It's like I mean, that just makes me feel bad as well because I'm not good at talking to people on Discord actively. I do not reach out to people very often. It's like unless I'm reaching out for streaming or I am on
Yeah,
stream or whatever, I don't really reach out
yeah,
to people that much because I'm a socially awkward person, and also because when I'm not on camera, I'm tend to just it's the reason I if I'm not streaming, it's because I'm just mentally exhausted and want to be by myself.
oh no, I 100% get that. I'm very much an ambivert, but I do lean towards the introvert side of that.
Yeah, same
So I
here.
very much need time alone to decompress. Otherwise, I'm just not gonna be fun to be around. So I get
Yeah,
that.
definitely. No, I totally agree. I'm exactly the same way. Oh man. I will say though, I know that we've only been going for about an hour, but my senses are really killing me, and
Yeah, no. If you need to like go take care of all of that so that like you're not in pain or, still suffering,
yeah,
please
yeah.
go take care of yourself.
Yeah, I definitely will, especially because I gotta leave for work in like an hour. We also started a bit later than we meant
Yeah,
to because of issues, but it doesn't matter. We can always do
it's
more
okay.
together next time.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining me, Lillian. It's been fun.
Thanks for having me.
No
It's definitely
problem.
been a long time coming.
It definitely has been. And everyone, make sure you like if you're watching this, most likely watching this after it's live. If you made it this far, please be sure to go check out her socials in the description. Her
Thank
Twitter
you.
also has another link there that I did not list because I wasn't sure if YouTube liked a certain website.
No, that's completely fair. It does not like that website. I will definitely give you confirmation on that. It does not like it.
Oh man,
Oh no, hi Obi.
I hope you joined right at the end. I'm afraid I'm just about to
Oh
end
no.
because I need to go take some medicine before I head off to work. But yeah, Lillian, thank you so much for joining. It's been fun, and yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching as well. And I'll hopefully see you all next time. Peace.